Hello, everybody. This is so exciting. I'm Kristy Corwin, the president and founder of the Better World Foundation. And today we are kicking off our live Facebook Lives that we're going to be doing all week long, and in revolutionary health solutions for chronic disease. And today's topic is autoimmune disease. And we are so fortunate today to be interviewing Natasha Trenev, the president and founder of Natren Probiotics. And Natasha, why don't you tell us a little bit about what autoimmune disease is?
Right. So to keep it simple, autoimmune disease means that your immune system is attacking the cellular structure of your body in trying to destroy a perceived death threat to the body. And so when the immune system is misdirected on a daily basis to destroy defective cells, which they perceive it to be defective, that's what eventually leads to autoimmune disease. And right now, we have about 80 autoimmune diseases, and there's really no cure for these autoimmune diseases. People are perpetually struggling with these autoimmune diseases, and that's what I think we need to give a revolutionary solution. We're not prescribing drugs. We're not curing anything. My philosophy is you give the tools to the body to allow it to heal itself. It's a magnificent biological machine, and it can heal itself. And we should be changing and shifting the paradigm instead of treating symptoms and trying to eliminate autoimmune system. I think we have to start up by giving the body the tools to deal with it.
Exactly. You're amazing. Natasha, she's known as the mother of probiotics, is one of the earliest founders of probiotics. And I actually have an experience. Natasha and I have been friends for many, many years. However, 18 years ago, I ended up with 3 autoimmune conditions. And I ended up healing them by doing exactly what Natasha pointed out, which is giving the body the tools. And the Natren Precision Probiotics was one of the major components to completely changing the digestive system and helping the gut, and the digestion was a huge part of it. And so I'm so grateful to Natasha and for all of her knowledge and for these amazing, wonderful products that I haven't been able to live without for 18 years. And miraculously, due to my continued self-care and the Natren, 18 years later, none of those 3 autoimmune conditions has ever come back. And I've been extremely healthy ever since. And so this really is true what she's saying. And Natasha, why don't you maybe explain a little bit about why do you think that the numbers of autoimmune diseases and the number of people getting autoimmune diseases are increasing?
Well, first of all, a little bit of facts about your GI tract. It's 27 feet long. You have 100 trillion microbes that are continually assaulted every day by the chemicals in our food, the chemicals in our soil, the chemicals in our air, the chemicals in our water. So these toxins are something the body has difficulty dealing with. And the toxins can also attack the cellular structure in the body, like the myelin sheathing of our neurons, which ultimately causes multiple sclerosis. So the fact is that we are ingesting a huge amount of chemicals through our food. Now, even if we're eating organic food is free of pesticides and chemicals, but it also has very healthy soil bacteria. And contrary to what you heard, soil bacteria can and will produce toxins in order to dominate their territory. So your mother did teach you right to wash your fruits and vegetables, even if they're organic, because they do have these soil bacteria present. And I think it's the lack of information, and that's why I'm still working for 56 years. And as the founder of the whole probiotic movement, at which my standards were read into congressional record, I feel I have an obligation to stay. And it's nothing about selling product or convincing somebody that they need to buy something. It's about changing how your digestive tract works, because guess what? Every minute of the day, you lose 10 million cells, and your body has to reproduce those proteins to make those healthy cells. Now, if your body starts producing cheap proteins, that's what leads to disease. And the fact that our bodies are not able to reproduce our body and we're having all these problems, we have to go to the source. And the source is to make strong our digestive tract, to get the right bacteria that have evolved with Homo sapiens in the right location, to stop eating simple sugars, go on a sensible, low carbohydrate diet, start walking exercises, and by all means, spend at least 10 minutes to a half an hour every day meditating. Take off your mental stress, because mental stress will produce chemicals in the body that are destructive to the body. So just like our body can be destroyed by our thoughts, it can be healed by our thoughts. So all we're doing is, without giving any chemical agents to the body, we're just enforcing great digestion, great absorption, and we're hoping by doing this, we're going to stop irritating our immune cells, which 80% of them are on the intestinal walls, and we stop this chronic disease that is spreading in our country because people are buying stuff to get quick fixes or to fix symptoms. That's completely contrary to what I tell people. We are here to teach you how to give your body the tools to allow the body to heal itself.
I am such a big this, I'm your biggest fan. This is exactly how I was able to heal myself as well. And I just want to mention, any of you there, please type in the chat box. Send us a message. Type in any thoughts, comments, questions. Also, just want to mention, we are going live every day this week, 5 p.m. Pacific time and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with a different topic every day. So tomorrow's topic will be the gut-brain axis, which is one of the main reasons, really, we have depression and anxiety in this world, so much of it. And that'll be a very interesting topic. Wednesday, we'll be talking about digestive issues and major dysfunction in the GI tract in more detail. Thursday will be about indigestion, and Friday will be chronic stress and why our immune systems are under siege. And these are all very, very interesting topics that are all related, like Natasha mentioned, to the overall health of the whole body, looking at the body as a whole, which is so, so important. And Natasha, your Nature and Precision probiotics are significantly different than other probiotics out there. And I believe, they're 100%, the potency is at a very high level. And the way that your products are manufactured is very, very detailed and precise. And maybe you could share a little bit about kind of what sets you apart and your knowledge and expertise from so many years of experience with this in manufacturing these. It's so invaluable, this information.
Right. Well, this is why I'm still staying, because I need to educate people. Number one, the bacteria don't grow or perform because we want them to. They're a lot smarter than we are. Unless you train them or position them in the right growth medium, they will not express their benefits for you. They're not interested in impressing us. They're only interested in multiplying their own kind. So I had to look at the history of humanity and see which bacteria evolved with human beings. And Acidophilus may be an old name, but my family introduced liquid acidophilus in the mid-1960s. And then I perfected that with my association with the University of Nebraska. And the reason I still sell Lactobacillus acidophilus with a very prominent strain is because it is the most important probiotic bacteria for the small intestine, because it loves to live there. And by making sure that the food is properly broken down into the parts that your body's immune system will not overreact to that nourishment going across the intestinal wall, is what makes it one of the most valuable probiotic bacteria there is. And it's safe at any level, because being 100 years in written literature, we have no adverse effects that were ever recorded. And that's very important, and because many of these probiotic bacteria do not have that kind of history. And if you understand bacteria, you know why this is so important. And that's why it's important to fix that digestive tract, because that's when your immune system will stop overreacting and causing these problems, which we're all experiencing today. So then the second bacteria I was the first to introduce in the United States is the one that lives in your large intestine, and that's the bifidobacteria. Now, this bifidobacteria is very important because it's part of our waste and disposal system, takes the stress off the liver. And that's very important, because you do not want to have a stressed liver in this day and age, because you're dealing with a lot of toxins in our food, in our water, and in our air. So the more pressure we can take off of our liver, the healthier we will be. And the third organism I chose is the one special organism that I call the longevity probiotic, which is found in natural style Bulgarian yogurt. I've concentrated it. It's a phenomenal bacteria that can pre-digest the food for us, and a lot of people cannot digest their food. I don't care how many enzymes you take.
Mm.
It needs to be pre-digested so that it can work hand in hand with the acidophilus and the bifidobacteria. And I make sure that all the bacteria that I'm selling are compatible. Some people mix bacteria that are not compatible, and then will start trying to knock each other off, because their primal directive in life is to dominate and increase their own kind. So the formulation has to be such that you only use bacteria that will help that immune system tolerate whatever is going through that intestinal wall into your bloodstream, so that the body can recreate itself every year. Your body, the 50 trillion cells in your body, are recreated every year. And if your body's producing cheap proteins to replenish those cells, you will get a disease. It's as easy as that. So there has to be a beautiful harmony. In order to build a better world, we have to build a better body. The way to build a better body is to create unity. Unity is the source of all spiritual and all earthly contact. There has to be a unity of the bacteria and your cells in the body to allow the body to have the facility to heal itself. So it's your mental outlook, it's the unity of those bacteria and your cells in the body that create that wonderful environment for your body to be able to heal itself. It's just like we need to heal the world, is to start loving each other and accepting each other. It's the same thing in our body. Our negative thoughts, the dumping of really terrible food, even if you're going to a health food store, trust me, there's processed foods there as well. So we have to be educated. We have to look at cultures that had healthy people that didn't have all these autoimmune diseases. My goodness, 80 autoimmune diseases? That's a horrific number. And I can tell you, anybody that has one of them suffers tremendously day in and day out. And that's why I'm doing this, because I want to start getting feedback from all of you. So please make your comments. I welcome them. I want to be able to make sure that people start getting information, that we can start transforming everything without taking 20 or 30 pills of dietary supplements, of eating crazy foods, of going on crazy diets. There is a simplicity here that once we stick to that simplicity, all these diseases that we have will start being taken care of, and we will return to a healthy civilization.
Well, you are a wealth of knowledge, and this has been absolutely amazing. And for all of you watching this, just know that these autoimmune conditions can be healed. And I know I'm speaking from experience that, given the right tools, like Natasha mentioned, there is hope, and it can be something that can be healed. So please type any messages that you have for us. And we are looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, where I'll be interviewing Natasha about the gut-brain axis, depression and anxiety, and what is the mental and physical source. So you're definitely going to want to tune in tomorrow. And Natasha, I can't thank you enough for helping us to get this information out to the world so that we can build a better world. And thank you for all of the wonderful work that you're doing.
Thank you. And I just want to say that if you want a free diet or a free exercise plan, I give this free off my website. Go to Natren. You can chat with us. I do this because I'm really dedicated to making especially young women better, because God knows they have a lot of problems.
Very good. Thank you so much.